Now, in this video, I've got a parallel circuit. The volt source is 5 volts. I've got a red, green, and blue LED in parallel. The LEDs I'm using, the red LED is the NTE30069. The green LED is the NTE30066. And the blue LED is the NTE30070. Now I will be finding the diode voltage and the resistor voltage. Since this is a parallel circuit, the components are all across the volt source, which means that I have 5 volts here, 5 volts here, and 5 volts here. Now I need to find the diode voltages. The diode voltages can be found using the data sheet. And the data sheet looks something like this. On the top is the part numbers to the diode and the colors of the diode. And down here at the bottom is where you find the voltages for a current of 20 milliamps. I'm going to have 20 milliamps running through branch 1, 20 milliamps running through branch 2, and 20 milliamps running through branch 3. Now, according to the data sheet, the red diode for 20 milliamps, the voltage across the red diode will be 1.86 volts. And at the current of 20 milliamps, the green diode will have a voltage of 3.5 volts. And for the blue diode, for a current of 20 milliamps, the voltage across the diode would also be 3.5 volts. The voltage across the resistor can be found by subtracting the 5 volts, or rather the 1.86 volts from this diode from 5 volts. So you go 5 volts minus 1.86 that gives you 3.14 volts across this resistor. And for branch number 2, -5 volts, minus 3.5 volts, that will give you 1.5 volts across the resistor. And for branch number 3, 5 volts minus 3.5 volts, and that will also give you 1.5 volts across branch number 3. Now I will find the resistor values. That should have been number 3. The resistor values is found by dividing the 20 milliamps into the resistor voltage. So for branch number 1, I've got 3.14 volts divided by 20 milliamps. And for branch number 1, I have a resistor value of 157 ohms. And for branch number 2, that will be 1.5 volts divided by 20 milliamps. And I've got 75 ohms. And for branch number 3, (1.5 volts divided by 20 milliamps, and I also have 75 ohms. And the total current in the parallel circuit is the sum of all 3 currents. And the sum of all 3 currents will give you 60 milliamps. This brings me to the end of the video. Subscribe, like, share. Subscribe, like, share. Thanks for your attention.